everybody. I want to wheeze me here just a little after midnight, and what I've decided to do, I really wanted to get the playthrough back on the roll, and instead I think we're going to go ahead and upgrade Lava Lance Eruptor, possibly even Guild Grunts. I'm not sure yet. This is good lighting. I'm afraid it's going to get dark as we approach the end, which, granted, Eruptor may have looked cool in, but the bottom line, it's been a long time. We hit his base. I loved him when we introduced him. Base upgrades were phenomenal, and I feel like it's one of those cases where it could be the character has peaked already, or you just get like a few add-ons, but it could also be one of those rare instances where the paths are great beyond what was already a solid base upgrade showing. So it's been a long time since I've even looked at it. He's level 20, so there's not a whole lot we can do with him. He's got enough money to buy both paths and the base and the soul gem twice or something, but what we're gonna do here, I'm not really sure which one I will like better. They both actually look pretty decent, and like I said, it's been a long time since we played as him, or I've thought about this, but it's always in the back of my mind, but we hadn't really dwelled on it. So I guess we'll just start from the top with Eruptor Ruffian. Again, we've got Skylander Tutor, which you can also get at level 74 on your Portal Master rank, and that will allow you to switch paths. You say that we switch over to what is it? Volcano Vaulter. Okay. For some reason I was thinking it was Volcanic Vaulter, but Volcano Vaulter, if you switch over to that, you buy it, and then once you've bought both paths, you can switch freely. You don't have to repurchase them, etc. So it's a pretty sweet setup. But let's just start with Eruptor Ruffian. Make the earth shake with this eruption-based path. I think it looks pretty cool, but we'll find out. So, Hot Feet is up first, 1360 is the price. Keep in mind, 10 Wing Sapphires, 20% discount, so we've got the lowest price possible at this point in time. Gain an uppercut explosion at the end of dash attacks. Now, as I remember it, we've got the standard dash and then we've got the hold dash. And so it'll hopefully be present at the end of both, but we shall find out. So, here we go. Alright, so we're going to back out. And let's try to take a gander at it. I'm just going to tap B. Oh. So yeah, he's barely dashing, and then that is quite the uppercut. So if we hold B, we're barfing, we're doing lance damage, and we've got the same aesthetics to the uppercut. So let's see what we get on this bad boy. So it looks pretty menacing. I'm going to hope for over 40. If it's under that, it doesn't really make sense, because this looks like it would just decapitate an enemy. So here we go. 2436. Or is it? What were we doing? Again, this is why I've realized I like to do upgrades back to back to back. Base, path 1, path 2, done. Because when it's been forever like it has here, I don't have like, yes, 24. That would be, the primary attack's second upgrade type of a thing. I have to go back and look at the spreadsheets, figure it out. But where are we? Over here, fire elements. There is a single pack Spitfire, and I don't know if I'm gonna buy him or not, because I've got multiple dark Spitfires. But at least they did. I think there's a single Astro Blast too, which I don't know if I'm gonna buy that either. Skylander Tutor. The truth is, I've run out of space. I said this like late last year, and I don't have anywhere to put stuff anymore. And that's one of the reasons I've kind of like nullified the amiibo experience. The biggest reason there, they haven't made Waluigi, and they put Bayonetta and Brawl instead of Waluigi or Professor Layton or any number of other suitable candidates. And everyone just goes along with it and buys things, and I'm not doing that. No sir, I will stand and I will fight the good fight. You can leave me alone on my pedestal and I shall remain stalwart in support of Waluigi. So, and I'm 100% serious there. I have not picked up an amiibo. If Meta Knight, the old Meta Knight, were to show up, or Rosalina, I would consider it. That's my other big kick. They brought back all this other stuff, but no Meta Knight or Rosalina. Rosalina has multiple functionality, and she got one horrible showing at Target. Makes no sense. Again, this is reasons to support Skylanders. They at least, even in their darkest hours, have done far, far better at anticipating and maintaining stock. That said, no one cares. Some people do. I guess everyone does, but not in Skylanders research. No, sir, we've got better things to do. So, let's see here. Box stock, we were barfing at 20 to 30. Dash 30 to 45. Let's see here. 20 to 30. Lance Advanced, we were doing 24-36 on that. It's gonna be hard to register this, isn't it? Is it 36 standard, maybe? I'm thinking that's gonna be the case. Yeah, that makes sense now. Like I said, it takes a little bit of time. Now, had we have done this all in succession, we wouldn't have these awkward pauses. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and log that as 36 to 54. And I have to say, it's pretty cool. And it's close to 40. 40 to 60 would have been a better damage number, obviously. But I don't know. I mean, that just looks like a menacing attack. I rarely do this, but I've got to know right now. I want to know if this sends Greeble. If this does not send the Greeble into the air, color me disappointed. So, here we go. Get yourself in the middle of the arena, please. Oh yeah, I'm happy. This is great. So yeah, it's 36-54 on the uppercut, and we have the knock-up. Yeah, that's really, I guess, the best way to describe it. So 36 to 54 with knock-up is how we will log that. That's pretty sweet. Now, can we knock the Greeble in the air and then hit it simultaneously? Kind of. Oh yes, you can. And yes, we did. Okay, let me do you a favor and shoot him out at the camera. We'll set this thing up if we can. In the air. Boom. It's just like we're playing badminton or something. No. Okay, well, you get the idea. It's pretty cool. And it does decent damage, so I'm fine with that. So hot feet, 36-54 plus knockup. Alright. Volcanic Rain. This is like a Prince album or something. 1760. Using hot feet. Dun dun dun. That's what we just had. Causes all active volcanoes to erupt, damaging and knocking nearby enemies up into the air. So they're using the same terminology still. Now the issue there is you're going to actually have to have created volcanoes. And I don't know. Will you or won't you do that? Because basically, I mean, primary 1, 2, 3 mace. You know, if you charge it up, this is so cool and underappreciated, the Lance Cannon. Doesn't create a volcano. The dash, you got the barf, the dash, now the uppercut doesn't create a volcano. So the only way you create volcanoes is, of course, through your tertiary attack, which is hotspots. So let's go ahead, I guess, and just to recap, hotspot. The magma balls are going to do 20 to 30, and then volcanoes, which you can have 3 active at one time, deal 10 to 15 on the critical side for a maximum of 8 times. So essentially, you've got 20 to 30 3 times, you know, which that would log 60 to 90. The volcano emerges, you can have 3 of them at once, 24 shots at 10 to 15. So, worst case scenario, you're doing 240 to 300 damage if everything registers. You'll probably kill things before that could happen, but let's go ahead. There's our 20 to 30. Now, what does it mean when they explode? What? Did I like miss something? Okay, so once again, using hot feet causes all active volcanoes to erupt. Damaging and knocking. Okay, so maybe the damage stays the same, and then the enemies just get knocked up now? Would that be right? I don't have anything about knock-up on the tertiary. So there's a volcano. It's already erupting, in my opinion, or flaring. I don't know. So I guess that is what they're deeming it. Let's see if we can get damage out of that. It looked like there was some, but I'm having a hard time seeing it. Is it like a 45? I can't really tell. This could be tough. Maybe when I edit it I can pause and see it better. I feel like we've got a 45 on the left and maybe our 36 on the right. Stupid volcano goes away before I can get back. I'm pretty sure that's a 45. I've yet to see a crit associated with it. Whoops. Yeah, doesn't that look like a 45 to you? Tap twice on the screen. No. I'm pretty sure that's the case, so 10 to 15s basically become 45, and then we should have the ability to send the enemies into the sky. So, Magma Ball will do 20 to 30. There's our volcano. No knock up into the sky. And that wasn't really timed well. Well, that, I mean, shoot, you know, this knocks him into the sky anyway, right? So, I'm not sure how I feel about this one. But I do think that's a 45. And so 45, that we finally saw the critical there, the 54. 45, half of that would be 22, 5, 23, so 68. I guess is what we'll log that as. So volcanoes erupt. 45 to 68 with knock up. Right? That's so. The weird thing there, I guess if it's, let's see, can we space this correctly? So if we've got Volcano 1, Volcano 2, Volcano 3. Okay, so that's where it would come in handy. Like, let's say, you know, remember where I had the volcanoes, and if we do our uppercut right here at the sign, then yes, we would knock this enemy up into the air, but the enemies, chompies, greebles, trolls, whatever, and the locations of the other two should then also be airborne. So, sort of difficult to showcase that here, but I think you know what I'm saying. So we'll run with that.
Are you ready for a new
magical
upgrade?
Third volcano's the charm for 2400. Hold Y and release to shoot out 3 magma balls. Okay, that. So this gradually evolved to become practical. You know, because I'll be honest with you, sort of like in Double Dare Trigger Happy last night, regardless of the upgrade pass and whatever we do to the cannon or anything, I'm pretty much just going to kill everything with the gun. Okay, it's what I've done for 5 years now and I'm not changing. With Lava Lance Eruptor, what I love about him is the dash attack and the lance attacks. The volcanoes is kind of like, yeah, you know, they make sense, but am I really going to use them, particularly where we were left off with Hot Feet? Yeah, that's kind of cool, you know, and it makes sense. I'm going to do the dash, and then I get this cool effect at the end with increased damage. Volcanic Rain, you heard me at the start, I was like, are you really going to have volcanoes active? And now right here, this will, basically I feel like this is kind of out of order, you know, for the common folk. But this, all 3 of these kind of combine together to make a pretty decent setup. So 2400, hold Y and release to shoot out 3 magma balls that will create 3 active volcanoes. And what oh what can we do with 3 active volcanoes? Well, we're going to come in, we're going to dash into them, we're going to do the uppercut and let them explode. So we do have to hold Y though, so my question is, will we first shoot off a lone magma ball? No. Let's see what he looks like. Oh, yeah. Alright, so this should be good. Oh, and it did a nice formation. Let's dash. And they all explode. Okay, so this is actually practical now. The sad part, of course, is that we didn't really get an increase in damage. I mean, technically with Hot Feet, you know, that's sort of an added move at the end, so that's cool. Although I had final hit logged at 36 to 54 as well, but we can't go back in time and see what that would have been like. Let's see. Yeah, that's complicated. But that's cool. The volcanoes are up to 45, 68. That is an increase. And then as you can see, after we do that, they will still come in and, you know, erupt doing their 10 to 15. So pretty much every volcano is going to be in range of this when you use that, because they sort of fan out in W formation. Third volcano is the charm. It will be auto shoot out 3 volcanoes. Now I do want to check and make sure we still get our 20 to 30. I haven't really been looking at that. Yes. Okay. Brilliant. That makes sense. So practical, I have to say. Nothing like ground shattering that's really gonna, you know, up the damage numbers to infinity and beyond, but very cool nonetheless. So let's check this out with 3 Greebles. 3 volcanoes, 3 Greebles sounds like a good time to me. I'll have to position myself over here. Go ahead and hit me, fool. I'm holding Y. If they hit me, does it go away? Yes, okay, so you'll have to be leery of that. That's the only way I could have explained that. Okay, so now we got that going. Although one volcano is out, you can kind of get a feel for this. I think it'll be good. Again, just do be wary that if you've got a lot of enemies and you're trying to set this up, you're gonna have some problems. So, we got to. Alright. So that's pretty much all we need to showcase there, right? Hot feet, which is, again, sweet, 3654. The thing I like about that is really just the aesthetics of it. Plus it's tied in with the dash, which I'm gonna use all the time. Volcanic rain, you know, sends the enemies up. So realistically, you know, when we do this again, we're gonna dash into one volcano. We're gonna knock that enemy into the sky. It's just these outer 2 that we're concerned with. So it is beneficial, and it does do 45, 68. Third volcano is the charm, though, is going to be, instead of us, which I guess you can still manually do it if you do want to like pinpoint where you put the volcanoes or something. Question now, okay, and yes, if you have anything active and you shoot out third volcano as the charm, it pretty much just ends. So pretty good range, as you can see on the eruptions as well. So not too shabby. I mean, again, for me, I'm going to be killing things like this, like that, and like this. So that's why it's sort of just kind of, you know, something to know type of a thing. So
Are you ready for
yes, we are. It's Soul Gym time, my dear. It's 3,200 discounted price for Magma Chamber. Press Y while in the air. Uh-oh. I hope this doesn't take away our pogo stick. Press Y while in the air to cannonball into the ground, creating a lava fountain. Rapidly tap Y to stay on top of the fountain, shooting hot magma all around you. This sounds like a pretty sweet deal. So let me kind of highlight what I'm talking about here before we buy that. This is an unadvertised upgrade here. So if we jump up into the air and primary attack, it looks cool. You can do all kinds of stuff. Primary, or jump into the air and do the secondary attack, it's pogo time. Now, a lot of people just think that would be like a traditional ground pound, right? You're gonna log your 18 to 27, if you will. Oh no, not at all. Check this out. If you continue to tap B, it becomes like a mode of transportation, a pretty sweet little setup. And again, none of this is advertised, and I'm afraid it could be in jeopardy now. Sometimes the soul gems do that. It's sort of, you know, the average player wouldn't pick up on it, but, you know, if you spend a lot of time with a character, they're your favorite, you know, you do things like this where you research everything. Oftentimes, you'll see that soul gems kind of take away something, you know? So
Hello, Extreme.
press Y while in there, so hopefully that will hold true. Let's go back. We're gonna jump and press Y, and nothing happens. Okay. If this screws up the pogo stick, I will be livid. And I'm probably gonna... Well, he's level 20. Dang it. Because see, when you switch paths, you keep the soul gem, which is cool in every situation except one where the soul gem would tick you off. So we'll just hope for the best here. Let's pick it up. Should be good. Again, 55.20 is all I'll need for the other path, so we got that and some piece of money left over. So press Y while in the air to cannonball into the ground. So step 1, jump. Step 2, Y. Step 3, cannonball down. Step 4, rapid tap Y to stay on top of a fountain. This has a lot of potential, it sounds like. So let's go ahead. Before we see damage numbers, I want to do it over here in a discrete area where we only risk damaging Glumshanks, Flynn, and Callie. Glumshanks. It's like an alternate universe troll or something. Okay, so here we go. We're going to jump and tap Y. Okay, I'm not rapidly tapping Y. Now let's do that. Obviously you can't move around. Can we just stay up here forever? I'm thinking probably so. And I would assume we would be immune. This is like a giant, it doesn't really look like lava. I mean, from the volcano to our butt looks like lava, okay? Everything flying around looks like radioactive cheese puffs or something. You know? I mean, I can't be the only one that thinks that. I mean, realistically, if I just saw this and I didn't see the volcano, I would think there was a Skylander shooting out like molten cheese puffs. So, it's been a long time since I've had a cheese puff now that I think about it. Cheetos too as well. But I tell you what's good. Sounds nasty, but try it and you no longer doubt me. If you do at all. But Cheetos dipped in chili, man, that turns out to be pretty legit. It's mainly football season is when I have that stuff. So, all right. So yeah, I've pretty much determined that that's a perpetual attack. So, what I want to see right now is if the cannonball down actually does any damage. So let's check it out. No. 15, and then I think I was seeing some 60s. So let's jump. Cannonball. Okay, so yeah, those are gonna do 60. 15 to 23 is also present, and then 60. I've not seen a 90, but I assume it would be a thing, right? I guess, is there like a little magma ball that does 50? There was a 90. Critical confirmed after 1,000 shots have been fired. So I assume there would be larger and smaller magma balls, or I'm not quite sure where the 15 and the 23 is coming from. Maybe the 15, 23s just fall out from the lava, and the 60 to 90 are all the big shots, but you get the idea. Pretty interesting stuff. So let's go ahead and log that. Magma chamber. Perpetually hold. Lava fountain. Not found raw terrain. Fountain. 15 to 23 and 60 to 90. So that's a very solid soul gem. Kind of makes up for like the lack of action in terms of like super high damage or something. And now what we need to do, of course, is showcase the Cheesy Poof Spectacular against 3 Greebles, which should die very quickly, if I'm not mistaken. You can have a ruby. He's done.
Show me what you've got, Skylander.
Careful what you wish for, Buzz. Alright, so here we are up in the sky. We're gonna jump. Whoops. We're gonna jump. Y. And now here we go. It's time to kill everything. They're all dead. Wait, no, he was still alive. Let's kill him with the pogo stick because it still works. Yeah. Can we get hit with this? Apparently not. So the pogo stick is still here. All is right in the world. We've got to do it one more time because it's that cool. I don't think we can get hit when we do this. Okay, get over here and fight like a man. Is he getting knocked back a little? I guess he's dead, right? You might be immune to damage up there. We'll have to test it against some tougher enemies, I guess. But overall, pretty legit. Again, nothing like super mind-boggling, like wow, 100 to 150. you know, or something like that, but it's just practical. For me, however, again, I'm kind of like with Eruptor in the supercharged form. I kind of just stick to the lance, you know. The dash attacks are awesome, the lance attacks are awesome. The volcanoes are cool, but, you know, I don't know that I'll really... From time to time, I'll probably shoot some out, but, I mean, I kind of... Man, this is my cup of tea right here, you know. So, that said, I can't really say anything terrible about the path. It's practical, it makes sense. I feel like it could have been done all this in 2 steps with possibly then something else added in, like speed or armor type of a thing, even some other crazy, you know, combo attack or something. But not a big increase in damage, but it's practical and it plays well together, which I guess is sometimes more important. But that said, how well do we like this? Is it the path to take? Is it officially endorsed by myself? I don't know. We're going to have to take Volcano Vaulter and find out. So, hope you enjoyed this episode of Skylanders Research. If so, leave a like. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Again, I've waited to do this for a long time, and I don't really know why, because I absolutely loved this guy and his bit. Ever since I unboxed him, I've been smitten with Lave Eruptor. So, probably still one of my favorite superchargers, possibly favorite. We'll have to kind of hold out, get everybody upgraded, but base upgrades very, very solid. This path, practical and functional, particularly, you know, where I'm the guy that likes the primary and secondary. Some of you may hate that or like the dash or not like the primary. Some of you will prefer the volcano type stuff. So it kind of depends on your personal playstyle. But right now I've got, you know, nothing terrible to say, just aside from I think it could have been slightly better, you know. But we'll go take Volcano Vaulter coming up next, see how we like it. I think I still need to do a supercharged challenge too. I think we did both of the quests, but nonetheless, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. OneOfWisdom.com, SkylanderClub.com. You can follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. But for myself and Lave Eruptor, we will catch you back here for more Skylanders Research.